Welcome to 6 Steps to Google Certified Trainer. My name is Casey Bell, and I am here to walk you through the entire process. I'm going to talk you through each of these 6 steps, explain what they are, what you need to know, how hard this entire process is, so you can figure out if this is the right path for you. Google Certified Trainer is not for everyone, and you will quickly understand why. So I also want to give you a resource link to access more information, more resources, and my online courses. Go to becomeagoogletrainer.com. So just in case you have arrived here and we haven't met before, my name again is Casey Bell. I'm a digital learning coach, author, blogger, podcaster, international speaker. And I spend a lot of time talking, sharing, writing, speaking about Google. And I have 4 Google certifications. I'm a Google Certified Educator Level 1, Level 2, as well as a Google Certified Trainer and Innovator. And what I tell people that means is I just spend a whole lot of time trying to keep up with Google. So you can't know everything these days. There's just so much out there. So Google is one of my main gigs. I spend a lot of time learning and teaching teachers how to use Google in the classroom. So, like I said, if you're here and you're like, okay, Casey, who are you? Why in the world are you the one to tell me how to become a Google Certified Trainer? Well, like I mentioned, I've been through the process. I'm Google Certified Educator Level 1, 2, Trainer, and Innovator. I've also been a course developer for the Google Teacher Center. So I've actually written some of the content that you find there on Google's training site. I have over 13 years of delivering professional development to educators. I've now been teaching teachers longer than I taught middle school. Y'all are way harder to teach than my middle schoolers ever were, but I love every minute of it. I have been a featured presenter for Google at international conferences. And as I mentioned before, I am an author, a keynote speaker, featured presenter across the globe. I have also facilitated Google certified boot camps, both face-to-face and through my online courses, and I have helped thousands become Google certified. I know the process, I know what it takes, and I can help you get there if that's your goal. The other thing I want to mention is I did actually receive some recognition from Google about how many people that I had helped become Google certified, just thanking me for the process. So if you're listening to the audio, you're missing on the slide where I'm showing the actual note I received from the Google for Education team. And that's nice. You know, Google doesn't pay me to do this, to share this with you. I should have said that from the beginning, but just to let you know, that's part of the process and you don't get a lot of recognition by Google. So that was really nice. I also have tons of free Google Certified Trainer resources, including a free ebook that will kind of give you the text version of what we're going to go through today. So if you like to have that as a resource, you can get that at becomeagoogletrainer.com. You can also access free videos, downloads, tips, and more. And I have a resource page that you can get to from becomeagoogletrainer.com, or you can go to shakeup.link/trainer-resources just to get straight to those free resources. Now, here's the thing. Becoming a Google certified trainer has always been very sought after, an elite group. It's a special group to be a part of, and that means it's challenging. And if it was easy, you probably wouldn't want to be a part of it. But if you are really thinking about taking your career to the next level, this could be the place to start. So if you have ever heard me speak about my story, and in fact, I shared this in an earlier podcast episode, the Shake Up Learning Story, I have said over and over again that I would not be where I am today if I had not become Google certified, and more specifically, Google certified trainer has done more for me than anything else. And there's a lot of different reasons around that, but it pushed me to do things that I didn't think I was good enough to do, like start a blog, like start a podcast, start a YouTube channel, write a book, all of those things. So if you need that extra push, you can definitely use this to take your career to the next level. The other thing is, I definitely want to mention where we are in the world right now. It is 2020 at the time of this recording, and you know what? The world has been turned upside down. We're facing a pandemic, and schools are scrambling to figure out online learning and online teaching. And guess who they are relying heavily on right now? Me, for one, but also all of the other tech trainers, coaches, and instructional leaders to guide us through this process. So I also feel like there is a unique opportunity before you. If you are already in this realm or headed towards a position that allows you to deliver professional development, I definitely feel like there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you to shine as we face the new normal. So, one, you can get recognition for your expertise and training experience by becoming a Google certified trainer. You can also join an elite group of Google certified trainers across the globe. So you get connected to all of these wonderful people. You will also gain access to special resources and learning materials and gain visibility in the Google for Education Trainer Directory. So Google has an online directory of everyone who is a Google certified trainer. And that means other people, other schools, other associations and organizations can find you and actually ask you to come out and deliver training. You may also receive special invitations to present for Google at events like ISTE. And of course, there is the potential for additional income. And that is a huge draw for a lot of people. Some people want to be Google certified trainers just for their school districts, or maybe their school is asking that, or maybe you just need that stamp of approval to get the next job, and that's great. But if you also want to work some additional hours in the summer or work out where your school allows you to do some training and make some additional income, you can do that. You can create a new career path if that is what you want to do. So I do teach a Google Certified Trainer Academy to walk you through this process. And I will tell you that the Google Certified Trainer Academy is different. And it offers you a lot of other things you're not going to find in the Google Teacher Center. You have anytime, anywhere learning and access to the course, which is all video-based with me. You get to move at your own pace. You get to connect and learn in a private community. You have advice from experienced trainers at your fingertips and your very own guide through the exam and application process. And of course, y'all know I got lots of tips and tricks up my sleeve, so I'm going to share those along the way too. So let's get back to the 6 steps. So I have put this together based on the information from Google, just to clarify, because once I start going through these steps and you're going to be like, Casey, you can kind of mix and match these steps. And yes, you can go in a different order, but this is the way that they have presented it. And so this is the way I'm choosing to make sure I am as consistent as possible so you understand this process. So over the years, I have presented these 6 steps several different times in I don't know how many videos and webinars now, but I also have an accompanying infographic that goes with this. So you can see visually those 6 steps. So if you're listening to the audio version, that's the other piece that you can go back to our show notes at shakeuplearning.com/69 to see the infographic and get some of these links. So let's start with step 1. Step 1 is the trainer course. And so Google has put together what they call the trainer course that will provide instruction on 1, creating and delivering inspiring and effective training plans, 2, helping educators use transformative Google technologies, and it's also going to help bolster training, leadership, and interpersonal relationship skills that will make you an effective trainer. So this course is about being a good trainer, plain and simple. And it will help you become better at what you do if you're already a trainer, or if you've never trained adult learners or teachers before, this is also a good stepping stone. And of course, inside my online course, I take things a bit further and also share the things that I've learned as a trainer, and just to improve this and gain even more information upon what Google provides. And so that course in particular is designed to help you move on to step 2, which is the Trainer Skills Assessment, or TSA. And so you have to take this exam and pass this exam with an 80 or above. It will test your understanding of the trainer course and familiarity with Google for Education. It is 25 multiple choice and matching questions. I'll tell you flat out, it's way easier than level 1 and level 2, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. It is timed 90 minutes and it's $15. So the Trainer Skills Assessment is a different type of an exam. It's not about the how-to of Google. It's about how to be an effective trainer. So it's really important that you understand that. So once you pass that, you will get a certificate saying that you have passed the TSA and that you are ready to add this to your application. That's essentially what that certificate is. It doesn't mean you're certified yet. Like I said, we got 6 steps and we're only 2 in so far. So you have to attach that proof when you apply. So the application part can be quite lengthy, and we'll get to that in a moment. So step 3, this is where it gets confusing. Step 3 is to become a Google Certified Educator level 1. Now, here's where it's confusing. You're like, Casey, shouldn't you get level 1 before trainer? Well, if you are going in order, yes, I would recommend this as step 1. However, some people come into this process with different levels and different abilities. And the other thing is, Google doesn't require that you take the tests in any particular order. There's no prerequisite. So you can take that trainer skills assessment first if you want to. But you also have to be level 1 and level 2, so that's step 4, when you apply. So you do have to have proof that you have passed both of those exams. So if you're watching this video or listening to the podcast version and you're brand new to certification, I definitely recommend level 1, and I would highly recommend you go back and watch my webinar on how to get Google certified that will walk you through all of the certifications. And again, that will be available if you go to becomeagoogletrainer.com. You can find a link to register for the webinar. So if this is already confusing you, I promise you it's not intentional. This is how Google outlines it. And I just want to be as clear as possible because there are different paths. Some people do decide to do things in a different order, and that's okay. So step 3 is to become Google Certified Educator level 1. That exam is much more lengthy and in-depth. It is about your ability to successfully integrate Google tools into your teaching practice to enhance teaching and learning. It is a timed exam. It's $10. You got to pass with an 80 or above. And it is taken inside a Google domain where you log in and you actually have to perform tasks inside Google Docs, Classroom, and all of the apps. So you got to know your stuff. The other exam kicks things up a notch. So level 2 is going to cover a wider range of Google tools, and it's going to go deeper into technology integration strategies. It is timed. Again, you got to make an 80 or above, and this exam is $25. Here's the other thing. A lot of people don't realize you can actually skip level 1 and just do level 2. And a lot of people did that when these certifications first came out. They're just like, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into level 2 because level 1 was not a prerequisite. So that's the other thing as you're going through these steps. Some of you may be watching this and you're already level 2, but you got to go back and get level 1 as well. All that matters is when we get to the step where you apply, which is that last step, you're going to need proof that you have passed all 3 of those exams, level 1, level 2, and the trainer skills assessment. So you got to know your stuff, got to know your Google, and you got to be really good at training. So here's the next piece. Step 5 is to film a trainer video. This is the part that trips a lot of people up. So you're going to distinguish yourself by submitting a 3-minute video introducing who you are as a trainer. And in the first minute, they want you to wow them by explaining why you wish to become a trainer and what makes you unique and googly. The final 2 minutes of the video should teach the audience how one feature of G Suite, Google Classroom, Chromebooks, Chrome, or Google Expeditions can be innovatively applied in a classroom or school setting. And it is preferred that you use a screencast unless you actually ask for an exception. So you need your face on video for the first minute, getting enthusiastic and googly, and then you're going to teach something. And y'all, 3 minutes goes by really fast. So I know a lot of people who spend weeks perfecting their video. That doesn't mean you have to spend weeks, but it can be. Depends on your skill set already. And you need to be a really good trainer at explaining something in a video using a screencast, going step by step. That's the point of that video, is to prove to Google that you can teach things in a concise manner, how you speak, that you're enthusiastic and you're charismatic. So they want to see that in your video. And then step 6. Okay, a lot of pieces to the pie here. When we get to the application, again, you're going to submit all those certificates that you passed the exams. You're going to submit a link to that video that you created, which, by the way, has to be uploaded to YouTube, and you have to know how to do that, and you have to know how to make it available to view with the link and put that link in there. You will also be asked to list your 5 most recent Google trainings. They want people who have already been training. So they want proof, basically a resume, so to speak, of your experience. They are looking for those who are experienced. So you need to list those. And yes, they can be online, although if you have face-to-face, I would give those priority. And they need to be Google. They need to have Google in the title. Your responses will help them understand your experience, your planning, implementation, and how you create materials. So you'll answer some short answer questions, which is essentially like a case study of one of your trainings, where you share information about your participants. You will share information about how you have pre-assessed and post-assessed them. You will share links to the materials. So if you used a Google slide deck, you're going to share a link to that Google slide deck. If you created a Google site, you're going to share that. They want to see what you created, what goes along with these trainings. So that application can take a while, and it's really in depth. They want to make sure that you're doing all the right things. And I know a lot of people who get to the application and kind of falter a little bit because it is so intimidating. It takes a lot of work. So here's a couple of notes about the application. You can apply at any time throughout the year. So as soon as you log on to the application and begin, you'll start getting email reminders that tell you that, and you may even get one that says the deadline is approaching, but that just means it's the next round. So the admission decisions are rendered on a rolling basis, and when you get an email about a deadline, it's just to be considered in that next round. You can click submit on any day of the year. Certified trainer candidates should expect to receive a notification anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks from the date of submission. And yes, it can take all the way to 6 weeks. That's the hardest part once you click submit, is the wait. And so now you're like, okay, Casey, that's a lot of work. What in the world is in it for you, for me, right? The membership benefits, obviously you get your certified trainer badge. You get visibility in the Google for Education directory. You get access to ready-to-use training and professional growth resources. You also get the ability to create your own G Suite for Education demo domain. I have one, and it is fantastic because when you're training on Gmail, you don't really want to show everybody what's in your inbox. In fact, you may have sensitive student information there, things like that. So it makes it really nice to have a demo domain that's clean and that you can create for whatever scenario you are training. You will also get membership to the community of trainers from around the globe, And yes, they do give you exclusive information about Google product launches and early information. You will sign an NDA once you are accepted into the program, so a non-disclosure. So you may get information that the rest of the world doesn't know yet. What if you aren't accepted? And yes, this happens. The first time I applied, I was not accepted. You can apply again during any of the subsequent review cycles. There's no waiting period. Common reasons for applications that have not been accepted include, number one, applicants' shared documents and videos are not viewable. I kid you not. This is the number one thing that people forget to do. They copy and paste a link to their Google slide deck and it's still locked. No one can view it. They haven't shared it that anyone with the link can view, or your video hasn't been shared correctly. The other thing is the applicant does not have enough previous training experience. We're looking for applicants who already have a diverse history of delivering Google training. And that was what I mentioned earlier. That's why they want your 5 most recent Google trainings. If you're not there yet, now's the time to start planning. Start reaching out, trying to offer, if you're not in that position at your school, maybe you can ask your principal, can I offer a lunch and learn? I want this experience. Apply to conferences so that you can build that experience. And that was why I wasn't accepted the first time I applied. At that point in time, I was in a training position, but Google was not the main thing. No one was asking for Google training yet, and I really wasn't doing it. And I thought I wanted to become certified so that people would want me to train on Google, and that's not really how it works. So I needed to go back and make sure I was delivering training on Google and submitting that in my application. But wait, you're still not done. You have to maintain that certification. So it's not a one and done thing. You don't get grandfathered in. You have to conduct and report at least 12 training or coaching sessions per year. And that's the other reason why they need that proof in your application, because if you're not already doing that, how are you going to maintain that? And yes, one-on-one coaching sessions do count. Yes, virtual does count. You have to report those through a special portal that they give you access to. You got to report all of those trainings, and you have to share with the community. Not only can you take, but you are required to share. And then you have a resubmission form that they send out each year. It's usually around December and January, where you make sure that you're still interested in maintaining that certification. They will also give you a little quiz about some product updates that have happened over the year. It's pretty easy. They give you a little review guide, but just to make sure you're still keeping up with Google. So here are some common misconceptions. 1, I need the certification to become a good trainer. No, Google wants you to be a good trainer before they give you that stamp of approval. Number 2, I will be certified just by completing this course, whether that's Google's course or my course. No, you have to do all of those 6 steps and be accepted by Google. And number 3, I can meet all the requirements in just a few days or weeks. No, not unless you are already highly experienced and you know your stuff. That would be pretty rare. For a lot of people, this is a pretty long process. We're talking months to a year. I even know some that, would spend a couple years working up towards Google Certified Trainer. Here are the facts. You need to have a solid training background with G Suite to become certified. The training is designed to prepare you for the TSA exam and give you an understanding of the application requirements and process. And you will need to spend time outside of the course studying, taking tests, and preparing application materials. So let's come back to my academy, the Google Certified Trainer Academy. And this is the online course from Shake Up Learning that will teach you everything you need to know to pass the TSA, prepare your application, your video, and your case study. Now, I do also offer level 1 and level 2 academies. So if you haven't already completed those, yes, we can do that. And you can bundle all of those together. But I'm going to start talking more specifically about the Trainer Academy. And the problem with face-to-face training, one is the world we're living in doesn't really allow me to do a lot of face-to-face training or for you to attend face-to-face training. So it is time out of the classroom. It's often lack of administrator support. A lot of teachers can't get their administrators on board. That, I think, is changing right now, though. It can also be very overwhelming to attend a face-to-face boot camp, which I have taught those, and I now refuse to teach those face-to-face because it is so overwhelming. There's too much to learn, too much to do, and you leave with your brain full and not knowing what to do next. It's too much, too fast. It's not at your own pace. It's extremely difficult to differentiate in a face-to-face environment and difficult to retain that information. So I will tell you, myself, I have attended more than one boot camp before I took my first test, and that happens time and time again. So when I was teaching this face-to-face, I was exhausted. Everyone in my boot camp was exhausted. I decided there's got to be a better way, and so I started teaching it online. So in the Google Certified Trainer Online Academy, you have 18 video lessons, a private community and study group. You've got lesson checks, exam tips, application and video tips. Those are things you will not find in the Google Teacher Center. They just tell you what's required. They don't give you any information on how to do it or tips and tools. I am also giving 12 hours of professional learning credit, and you can't get that from Google either. There are 3 bonuses in this Trainer Academy that you will not find anywhere else. Bonus number 1 is how to design Google PD that works. I've been teaching Google for so long, and I have my own framework for how to teach it and the order that I teach the apps and how to help teachers better absorb all of the information. Bonus number 2 is how to market yourself as a trainer. So yeah, if you want to make more money, you got to learn how to market yourself. And bonus number 3 is the Google Certified Trainer Ultimate Planner and Checklist. This is, I believe, 26 pages long. So as I mentioned in these 6 steps, that's a lot of stuff to plan for. So I put together a planner that you can print or you can edit on your iPad or whatever you prefer to use to plan how you're going to attack all of those steps, how you're going to get it all done, how you're going to set due dates for yourself. So just as I mentioned earlier, you can totally do this on your own. You can use the information in the Google Teacher Center, which is there for free. If you're interested in my academy, I do have a slide here that gives you the comparison of what you get in the Google Teacher Center versus what you get in the Google Certified Trainer Academy. So just so you understand, the Google Teacher Center, which is great for a lot of people, is mostly text-based. There are short videos, but you're not going to get a screencast tutorial on everything. You're not going to get a video-based lesson for everything that you need to know, which you do get inside all of my online courses. In the Google Teacher Center, the content is mostly focused on the exam. You're not going to get any preparation for the application video, or other requirements. In my lessons, I am going to prepare you for the application, the video. I'm going to give you tips. I'm going to tell you what tools you can use and give you some ideas to make that the best you can. And of course, the Google Teacher Center is prepared for those who want to do it on their own. But if you want someone to walk you through that, I'm going to give you advice and explanations for everything. And the Google Teacher Center doesn't allow you to connect with other educators or ask any questions as you go through their course. Whereas in my courses, we have a private Facebook group for each course, so you can connect and learn with each other, find study buddies, and all kinds of support there. The Google Teacher Center does not offer any professional learning credit, but you will get 12 hours with my online course. No application tips or advice on how to get it all done in the Teacher Center, but I am going to help walk you through that. I'm going to give you that planner to help you do that. And there are no bonus lessons in the Google Teacher Center, and my academy has 3. How to design Google PD that works, how to market yourself as a trainer, and the 26-page ultimate Google Certified Trainer Planner and checklist. So there's the breakdown, just if you're curious, so that can help you make a decision. And the whole suite of courses now for Google certification, there is the Level 1 Academy, the Level 2 Academy, and the Trainer Academy. Enrollment is open now. I had such a huge demand during the lockdowns that teachers wanted to work on this while they were stuck at home. So I've opened them up. They are open indefinitely at this moment. So you can enroll at any time. Quick note about the pricing. Individually, these courses are $329, but you can bundle them and save a lot of money. I also offer scholarships. So when you hear that number, don't be scared. Don't pay out of pocket. And I also want you to know that when you go to becomeagoogletrainer.com, there is a link to a Google Doc that is a make the case document to help you get your principal to pay for this, or whoever your administrator is. I don't want teachers paying out of pocket. I want you to be able to get the training that you need. There are payment plans, and if your school is willing to pay, we do take purchase orders from schools. We can take that and start that process immediately. And there's also bulk pricing for groups and schools. So I've started a new program. It's called G Suite Training for Schools, that will give us special pricing for large groups, schools, and entire school districts. And you can create a custom package of online courses, books, virtual training, face-to-face training, whatever you need. So if you're watching this and you happen to be in a leadership position or someone with some influence on your leaders and you want to share that, most of the time, I wouldn't ever really recommend certified trainer for an entire school. That's just not who everybody is. Like I said, trainer is not for everyone. So typically, if you're looking at large groups, it might be a team that wants to become a trainer, or it might be all the teachers on a campus that you want to get level 1 certified. Even with level 2, I'm hesitant to push teachers that far until they've been level 1 for a while. So just a quick note on that. But the objectives of the trainer course is to help you learn how to deliver effective G Suite training, beautiful training and materials, and establish yourself as a leader. You're going to discover best practices for adult learning. It is different teaching adults. Elevate your skills using Google tools. You're going to prepare for that trainer skills assessment and prepare your application, video, case study, and materials. And can you learn this on your own? Yes, absolutely. You don't need me. That's why I just created this free video to explain it to you. And lots of people have used my free resources, Google's free resources, and other things that are out there. You don't have to attend a face-to-face boot camp or take an online course to pursue this certification. All you got to do is check all the boxes and upload everything that you need for that application. The Google Teacher Center contains materials to help you pass the exam. But I want to be clear, they do not have information that helps you with the application, the video, or the case study. So this course that I have was designed to save you time, answer your questions, and give you a clear path to your goal. Do I have to be certified before I can start training? No, as I mentioned before, you do not have to be certified before you can offer training on Google. In fact, if you want to be a Google certified trainer, you need to build your resume of experience first. And the certification is a special recognition from Google that says you are a proven trainer with experience. How long will it take? The million-dollar question here. There is not a one-size-fits-all answer to this. It depends on how many steps you have already completed and how long it takes you to complete the others. Building a resume of training experience can take the longest. You know, if you're not currently offering 12 trainings per year, how are you going to get there? If you've never conducted any Google training, you need to spend probably close to a year building your experience. And you can work on the exam, level 1 and level 2 in applications simultaneously if you are so inclined, if that's not overwhelming to you. And you know what? How bad do you want it? So how much time are you willing to give up? How much time do you actually have with all of your other commitments? That all plays a role in how long this is going to take you. For some, maybe you've got 3 kids and you don't have much time to yourself to work on things like this, and it might take you longer. Some people are willing to stay up late at night or get up early in the morning to work on these things. So again, it all depends on your priorities and what you're doing. When does the course start and finish? So if you're taking my course, you'll have full access to the course as soon as you purchase. No waiting. You get everything on day 1. You decide when to start and finish. You set your own deadline. Remember, enrollment is open right now, typically only open twice a year. So this is new for me. I don't know how long I'm going to leave it open, but it's open indefinitely as long as teachers have such a high need for this right now. And how long will you have access to the course? So how's lifetime access sound? I've been doing this now for over 4 years, and those teachers who purchased a course 4 years ago still have access. At a minimum, you will have access to all the videos and tutorials, contents, downloads, tips, and tricks for 1 full year. And I only say a minimum of a year. Like I said, some have had 4 years of access. That's because I cannot control what Google does. But I guarantee you, if you purchase the course, that I will give you the information you need for at least a year. Face-to-face training cannot offer you that. So it could be you on that Google for Education stage at ISTE, at TCEA, at FETC, wherever you are going. And you know what? That was a goal for me and a game changer for me. And I want to help more educators get there. So just remember to do your best. And you know what? That there's an opportunity here to help teachers learn how to use technology more than ever and to use it meaningfully. You know what? This is not about a one and done, let's deliver some PD in the cafeteria and everybody's going to magically be on board. No, we want to learn how to do it right. And I do believe that the trainer program can help you do that. So if you're interested in more information about my free resources or about the courses or anything else, you can go to becomeagoogletrainer.com. I also have a page that is getgooglecertified.com for all of the certifications. It's a great place to start if you're brand new and you kind of listening to this thinking you might want to be a trainer, but you haven't started anything yet. That's available there for you. And like I said, I am here to help. I've got tons of free resources. Plenty of teachers have used the free resources to do it on their own. And I'm also have applications for scholarships. So those are on a rolling basis right now. I am handing those out as quickly as I can. So don't feel like everything is on you. I believe in teachers and I believe in supporting teachers in any way that I can. So the Google certification program just did so much for me personally, and I love sharing that and hearing the stories of others who have had the same experience. So if you're interested in pursuing any kind of Google certification, I've got tons of resources to help you get there.